Hi moms, Tracy here with MomLife Today and Priscilla Shirer. And Priscilla, you're a mama.
I am a mama. That is my real job.
And you have 3 boys.
I do. 3 boys. Jackson is my oldest. He's 8 years old. And little Jerry Jr., we call him JC. He just turned 7. And then our little surprise boy is 2.5 years old.
Okay, 2.5 years old.
His name is Jude.
Jude, okay.
Yes.
So you've got your 3 boys.
I do.
Okay, so you get up one morning and you have your agenda. The things mom wants to get done.
Yeah, right.
And then suddenly you have these little boys
I know.
And moms write to us frequently and they tell us that sometimes their patience wears thin because they have their agenda, but then they have these little people in the house that they have to deal with too. So can you encourage our moms to maybe draw back and look at the big picture and maybe instead of their little agenda for the day?
Yes. I will tell you that is one of my main struggles in motherhood. Motherhood overall has just been an eye-opening kind of shocking experience for me. I'm normally a spontaneous fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl, and you can't do that when you've got schedules and nap times and people that need other things other than what your agenda is.
Right.
And so I'm learning very slowly but surely to loosen my grasp on my agenda and to just kind of course have a plan, but to go with the flow of the day, to be flexible. I think that's one of the main things that we as women have to have, and that is an okayness, if that's a word, with being flexible with what may happen. So otherwise you'll just be irritated all day. You'll be irritated all day because you cannot get done any one thing fully and completely the way you would like to, without the little interruptions, which really aren't interruptions.
Right.
Because whatever your primary focus is, that is not an interruption if it's your primary focus. So we really have to determine, are the kids our primary focus or not?
Right.
And if they're not, then we've got some shifting to do to make sure we're the kind of moms. But I will tell you that patience is hard for me. One of the things that I do with Jude during the day, because like I said, my real day job is that I stay at home with my 2.5-year-old. The other boys are at school age now, and so I'm at home with my little one, and we build towers in his room with these big mega blocks, not the little ones. Those are drive me nuts, but the bigger ones, we got this big bag of mega blocks and we build towers. And I sit there with him building a tower, and it's always interesting to me because he gets distracted 2 minutes into the building project.
Oh, I relate, yes.
Yes, he hears his brothers wrestling maybe, so he wants to go jump on the pile of wrestling, or he hears a cartoon come on that he wants to be a part of and watch. But I just wait for him in the room because I know in about 2 minutes he'll be distracted with whatever that was. So then he'll come back and he'll want mom to still be there. So I sit there, and when he comes back, he digs into the bag and he starts another tower. And my patience does wear thin because I want to finish the tower that we just got started. And he wants to start new towers. And then in 2 minutes, he leaves, he comes back, he reaches in the back and he starts another tower. So now we have all these unfinished towers everywhere, and I just want to finish. And I just thought, this is how we are in our life, isn't it? That we have projects we just want to finish. And sometimes, yes, our children keep us from finishing. But I have to remember, even in that position, that the goal is not finishing. I'm supposed to be playing with my 2.5-year-old.
Right.
I'm supposed to be spending time with him.
Right.
So I have to kind of revert my attention back onto what the goal is,
Right.
And I think, isn't this like our relationship with God? Because he starts stuff in us. He starts a good work in us, and we get distracted and run off. But even our God, he's about relationship. Even the journey is worth it. It's not just the end result. He does have a good work that he wants to finish in us. But he also wants relationship with us on the journey. And so that should give us encouragement that the patience we should have with our children, it's the same patience and more, obviously, that God has with us and the relationship he wants to have with us through the journey.
It is amazing that I've always said I've learned more about life and my relationship with the Father through being a mother.
Absolutely.
They teach us so much.
Yes.
So moms, love your children, have patience with your children, and recognize that God is working on you through them. Because we learned a very real truth from what your little son taught you.
And this is the thing. I have found out that, through other seasons of my life, the Lord has helped me to kind of develop the giftings that God has given me through his Spirit, teaching or exhorting or whatever those gifts are. But through motherhood, that's where the fruit of his Spirit is being developed in my life. The actual patience and gentleness and all that stuff listed in Galatians 5, that's what motherhood does. So it's like our little personal school where we get to be trained in all the stuff that honestly you only learn through experience. You ask God for patience, he's going to make you wait. So, it's just one of those things where we just plow into it full on, fully engage in what God has for us, and then expect that God can use all things to work together.
Amen.
It's good.
Moms, be encouraged by Priscilla because she gets it. She's right there with us.
Yes, I'm trying to figure out another way to cook chicken for dinner just like you are.
All right, that's great. And we'll see you next week on Mom Life Today. Thanks, Priscilla.
You're welcome.